Weird sounds. Hello everyone and welcome to the Captain's Video Blog. This is the Captain's Video Blog. We are Tuesday, June the 28th, 2016. So we are Wednesday morning. It's like 6:15. You can see that because there is light coming from outside and light coming from inside because there's not enough light outside to make it great. I don't know. I will try. Nope, definitely. Oh, maybe like that. It's kind of okay. I would say that's summer for you. I remember those summers where I would wake up early and go cycling. I need to fix my bicycle because I need to drop some weight, I guess. Hey, so anyway, today should be the day where I receive my answer to know if I can repeat my year or not. I'm actually a bit worried because normally, apparently the procedure has this little bit where they're supposed to send you an email when all your documents have come through. Haven't got that. Maybe it's because it takes a couple of days to actually arrive. And a couple of days after I gave the documents was the day where the jury was assembled. So I don't know. I'm actually very worried. Not gonna keep me from sleeping though. Maybe it should. I don't know. So anyway, one thing that I didn't mention in yesterday's video blog that it was that England got what was coming to them. Besides the Brexit joke and all that, because they are out of Europe twice in like 4 days. Oh, isn't it funny? Seriously, England isn't a great team. Like a lot of great players should not make a great team. Notable exceptions have been Barcelona and Real Madrid recently. But England has a lot of great players. They do not form a great team because, Roy Hodgson, who has resigned, moved them too much around the beach. Did not keep them to positions, to fixed positions, and that's what killed them, I guess. And also we're finally letting their City fans go back to England, get away. I've seen stolen footage from Channel 4 where they were just pricks. So good riddance, I guess. Speaking about England in football, so during the day, and it's pretty impressive just how much a situation can change during like 24 hours. Early in the day, there was this news where apparently Marseille had been proposed 38 million euros by Crystal Palace for Michy Batshuayi, who is, just in case you don't remember, our only actual striker, because Steven Fletcher isn't actually, he was on loan and he might not be kept. But yeah, so Michy wasn't okay to go to Crystal Palace, not because he was too attached to Marseille, rather because other teams had expressed an interest in him, namely the Juventus. Apparently that wasn't actually that much of a lead, but West Ham, Tottenham, and apparently the Atletico Madrid. So the Crystal Palace thing for Michy was dropped, but still apparently on the rounds about Mandanda, who might also be followed by Everton. I don't know. This is really bad. I mean, we've also learned that Nkunku is leaving to go to Lyon. Anyway. So at one point, West Ham was having a grasp on Michy, and then late at night we learned that it's actually Chelsea where Michi will go, because he has apparently signed a contract, a 5-year contract with 40 million euros for Marseille. Not actually 40 million euros, it's 28 million euros for Marseille and 12 for the standard of Liège in Belgium, because of the laws, where you give a percentage of the transfer fee to the clubs where the player has been before. So that's still 28 million euros, and that's still sad because, well, as I said before, we don't really have a striker anymore. So yeah, well, I guess that it's goodbye. There was this interview of the Italian banker who works for the interests of Dubai, who said, yeah, Marseille has to be scary, the fans have to be scary. And my first thought that was, that crossed my head was, they're not gonna be scary if our fucking minister for sports is going to do the same shit again and say, nah, we we should ban the supporters from going on away matches, am I right? Dude, stop, please stop. But what can you do when someone is such a dumbass, I guess? Yep. They also blamed alcohol. Sure, alcohol is to blame, but there's also the fact that the cops weren't trained. I mean, if England tells you that your cops are only, you just adding fuel to the fire, that's it, that you're not good, that you're still doing something wrong. He also said that there should be a 250 to 300 million euro budget, yearly budget for some years, as I understood. And I'm a bit afraid, he wants to beat Paris. The fact being that if it's if it's Iran or Dubai, either of those, it's going to put Marseille versus Paris in a very, very international, politically relevant context, and oh boy, that's going to be something. So anyway, is there enough light? Oh boy, no, that's really bad. Like I don't have the eye of a cameraman, but I know when lighting is not good. I've done way more videos than needed to know that, which is probably a bad thing, given as they are most likely all vlogs. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk a bit about wrestling, because that's literally the reason why my yesterday's video blog was cut short. That and someone was entering the kitchen, and yeah, that I found it a good time to stop, because I really hadn't nothing to say anymore. So Raw, Seth Rollins, Stephanie McMahon, Dean Ambrose, John Cena, AJ Styles, everyone acknowledged that Roman Reigns was not there for the next month, which I think is great. The fact of the matter is, he's apparently still in the triple threat, which adds to the idea that management knew beforehand that he was full of drugs, and that triple threat, the whole triple threat and title changes at Money in the Bank were because he was not going to be there, which I think is okay, but it's a bit sad that it has to go like that. At least it's still better than if Smackdowns were still on Fridays before, because the way the ban is held is such that the tapings are on Tuesdays, and if it was on Friday, it would be strange because his suspension would be up by the time SmackDown would air, but not by the time it would be taped. So yeah, it would have been weird. So AJ Styles and John Cena are going to face each other at Battleground. It's pretty much set because they both lost matches where they tried to insert themselves in the championship match for Battleground, but got distracted by each other. Miss faced Kane. Why would you put Kane in a championship picture right now? Like, Neville might be ready to come back. It's been fucking 3 months. You cannot be nursing a wound like he's for 3 fucking months and not be back. I mean, it's not something against Neville. It's just something about bad booking. You could be literally calling up talent from NXT and giving them a shot even if they lose. Why the fuck not? But I don't know. It seems that Kane is the more obvious choice. Apparently, the Enzo and Cass are feuding against the social outcasts. I don't know, because they faced local jobbers pretty much, and then the social outcasts came out and were like, "Yeah, we are hard," and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Sorry. Oh boy, that wasn't planned. So yeah, Xavier Woods seems to be very receptive to Bray Wyatt's words, and it's a bit worrying because he's the one who created the New Day. At first, it was supposed to be like, oh, Nation of Domination 2.0, oh boy, and then he was the gospel group, oh boy, and now they are unicorns who are mocking the Wyatt family. Oh boy, they are pretty much the best thing going on in the WWE. Alongside Sasha Banks, guess what? Sasha Banks, who was teaming up with Paige, and I still don't understand why it's Paige, because Paige is always so adamant that this is her house. I'm trying to emulate her scream, but I obviously cannot scream like Paige because it's 6 in the morning. And the best I could do was like screaming like a rooster. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Becky Lynch faced Natalia in a move that I find strange. Like, okay, turn Natalia heel, make her feud for a while with Becky Lynch, but why? I don't really know. Natalia apparently said that she was sick of being held down when pretty much everything that's holding her down is herself. I mean, I'm not gonna do judgments here, but Becky Lynch, if anything, tries to pick people up, as she did with Paige after they teamed up apparently at a house show, you know, literally bride carrying, I don't know, princess carrying, I don't even know, but it was sweet. Like, oh boy, they are friends. Which is strange because one is English and the other is Irish. There's something fishy about it. Yeah. Apollo Crews is still a smiling black guy who's athletic, and Alberto Del Rio hasn't forgotten that Sheamus had betrayed the League of Nations, which is great. I mean, finally some continuity. Oh boy, thanks. Even though they are treating it as a heel move because, haha, heels, am I right? You cannot trust them even if you're one yourself. No. Please keep with the, more obvious explanation that the big boot to the face. Jericho, talking about boots to the face. Jericho, the gift of Jericho, drinking in Maine. He drunk both Sami Zayn's and Kevin Owens' foot. Well, they each of one put a foot in his face, and it was the greatest moment ever. Raw ended with a great moment too, with the club hitting the Magic Killer on the top of the ramp on John Cena, right on the steel, and Seth Rollins hitting the pedigree not once but twice on Dean Ambrose. Whoa. I'm telling you, lads, it's going to be lit. I'm still kind of mad that the more it goes, the more the club are getting Japanese. Like, they literally had club written in kanji, you know, kurabu, and Gallows had the gas mask on his huge leather jacket, wearing a Japanese thing, you know, was saying banzai and everything and all that. Which is strange because obviously they were the gaijin, you know, the dirty Americans in Japan, not the Japanese dudes. I mean, what do you know? Maybe they're going to enter a battleground cutting a promo in butchered Japanese, because why the fuck not? I mean, I seriously hope they don't. But yeah, I mean, it was a fairly solid episode of Raw, despite the fact that the third hour had an half hour that was properly awful. But sometimes you cannot do away with the fact that, well, the writing is sometimes pretty shitty, because that's WWE. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Oh boy, I'm not gonna get my answer. I'm stressing myself out.